The studio is electric. The week begins with a new milestone in sight. Harrison Whitaker stands at the champion's podium. He has won 9 games. Tonight he plays for double digits. 10 wins, a rare feat, but first final Jeopardy. The category is sports history. The host, Ken Jennings, reveals the clue. In 1912, this athlete won 2 Olympic gold medals, but his citizenship wasn't recognized until 1924. 30 seconds. The music starts. Shannon Lowinger is on the end. She has had a tough game, sitting at $6,200. She writes something down quickly. A smile? A guess? Michael Cavanaugh is in second place. He has $8,600. He looks focused. He knows this one. He writes his answer with confidence. And Harrison? He has a commanding lead, $22,000. He's in the driver's seat. He just needs to not bet at all. The music ends. The lights come up. We start with Shannon. She had $6,200. Her screen reveals a smiley face. Ken chuckles. A smiley face, always a good attitude. She loses $3,000, dropping to $3,200. Now to Michael. He is the threat. What did he come up with? Who is Jim Thorpe? That is correct, Ken says. The 1912 Olympics. But shockingly, the Indian Citizenship Act wasn't passed until 1924. A powerful piece of history. Michael got it right. He wagered $4,000. That takes him to $12,600. A solid score, but is it enough? We turn to the champion, Harrison Whitaker. He had $22,000. Did you know Jim Thorpe? The screen slides open. Who is Hakeem Olajuwon? A murmur in the crowd. Wrong answer. That's a good guess, Ken says kindly. But Hakeem only won 1 gold medal. Harrison shakes his head slightly. He missed it. But the wager is everything. What did he risk? Just $1,000. A smart, safe bet. He drops to $21,000. It is more than enough. And now, a 10-day total of $289,600, Ken announces. You are a Jeopardy super champion. Well done. 10 days. The crowd cheers. He has done it. Day 11, the next game. The category is 1980s television, a fun category. Or a tricky one, depending on your age. Harrison is in the lead again with $19,700. Lehman Howard has $600. Emma Passariello has $2,400. It is a runaway. Harrison cannot be caught. The clue is revealed. This show premiered in 1987. Set 78 years after the original. Lyman, possibly the only player who remembers the 80s clearly, writes fast. What is Star Trek Next Generation? We will accept that, Ken says. Star Trek The Next Generation. Layman wagers $500, doubling his small total to $1,100. Emma is next. She has $2,400. Did she think about Captain Picard? Unfortunately not. She wrote nothing. No wager. She stays at $2,400. Now Harrison. He has the game locked up. Does he have Star Trek here? His screen says, I prefer movies. The audience laughs. A joke answer from a comfortable champion. Fair enough, Ken laughs. There are Star Trek movies, though. Harrison loses just $300. A token wager. He finishes with $19,400 today. And his total climbs. An 11-day total of $309,000 even. Wow, Ken says. The streak continues. Day 12. A new challenge. The category is famous declarations. A history category. Harrison's strength. But the scores are closer today. Shannon Mastic has $5,400. Krish Patel has $5,600. And Harrison has $17,200. Another runaway? Not quite, but close. He's in a very strong position. The clue, a general said this 3-word phrase. Upon arriving in Australia in 1942, 30 seconds, the pens move. Shannon writes down, what has I got out? Ken smiles. I'm afraid that's not it, Shannon. Good guess. She wagered it all. Every penny she drops to 0. Krish is next. He wrote, Hi Mark and Evan, a shout out to friends. Not the general's words. That is a 3-word phrase, Ken admits, but not correct. He bet almost everything. He drops to $399. It is all up to Harrison. He has dominated this game. He wrote, What I shall return. And that is correct, Ken says. Douglas MacArthur, vowing to return to the Philippines. Harrison adds $3,800. He finishes with $21,000, and now a 12-day total of $330,000. That's starting to run into money, Ken jokes. Harrison is unstoppable. 3 games, 3 wins, 3 runaways. Day 13. The winning streak has become the story. Harrison Whitaker is looking for win number 13. The final Jeopardy category is Names the Same, a tricky category. It requires lateral thinking. Paul Venzel is on the end. He has $2,700. He needs a miracle. He writes down his answer at the last second. Nicole Haas is in second place with $7,200. She is the only one within striking distance, but barely. And Harrison, he has $18,800, another comfortable lead. The clue, a play by Samuel Beckett, and the subtitle of a recent Avengers movie, 30 seconds tick by, the music ends. We start with Paul. He wrote down Endgame, in the nick of time, Ken says. And that is correct, Samuel Beckett's Endgame. Avengers, Endgame. Paul wagers $903, finishing with $3,603. Nicole is next. Was she thinking about Marvel movies? She didn't get it. An incorrect response. She wagered $17.99, dropping to $5,401. Now, Harrison, he wrote his answer down very quickly. It was Endgame. You add $3,200, Ken says, for an even $22,000 today. Harrison smiles, 13 wins. And now a 13-day total of $352,000. Well, Ken says, impressed. The juggernaut rolls on. Day 14, the end of the week. The category is the European Union. Geography and politics, a serious category. Wilder Seitz is in the middle with $500. It has been a brutal game for him. Samantha Meyer is in second with $7,400. Harrison has $18,400. But Ken notes, dodging some bullets today with those daily doubles. Harrison wasn't perfect today, but he was good enough. The clue, the smallest EU member state, located south of Sicily. 30 seconds, Wilder reveals his answer. What is Malta? Smallest EU member, Ken confirms. Correct. Wilder bet almost everything, doubling to 999. Samantha is next. Did Malta come to her? She wrote Iceland. I'm afraid not, Ken says. Iceland is not in the EU, and it's not south of Sicily. She wagered nothing. Smart. She stays at $7,400. And finally, Harrison. He needs to be right to secure the win. Is it Malta? Ken asks. The screen reveals, what is Malta? You're right also, Ken says. Harrison wagers $3,599. You finished today with $21,999. And now a 14-day total. Wait for it. $373,999. The audience erupts. 2 full weeks of dominance. Harrison Whitaker is playing at a level rarely seen. Hey, thanks for watching, Ken says to the camera. Click on the subscribe button and don't miss a moment. Because next week Harrison goes for 15